Hi, and welcome to Scrapbook.com. I'm Amy Sonneman, and today I'd like to introduce you to our brand new hybrid inks in a rainbow of colors. The nice thing about the exclusive inks is that they come in color families. So each set of inks has a specific color family, and they're all labeled. They're labeled 1 is the lightest, 2 is the next darkest, 3 and 4. And 4 is very, very dark for specific uses. The nice thing about the hybrid inks is that they're a combination of both dye ink and a pigment ink. So the two together in the combination allows you to be able to stamp and color with both alcohol inks, like your Copic markers and so forth, as well as watercolors. So watercolor palettes, Tombow markers, Zig Clean color markers, all of those work beautifully with any of the hybrid inks because they don't smear, they don't smudge, which is kind of a nice different feature than what we've seen in the past where you have to use one ink versus the other for a specific purpose. There are 51 shades in the collection. I'd like to show you each of the color families one by one. Now I'd like to introduce you to the different color families. Every color family has different inks. They go from light to dark. So in the pink family, there are 4 colors. The first color is the lightest color, and it is Ballet Slipper. The second is called Pink Lemonade. We have Carnival Pink, and we also have Havana Red. And the nice thing about the 4 different colors and the shades is that you can use them to layer one on top of the other for all of the layered stamping that's really hot right now. So I've also shown you each layer, one on top of the other. This is pink number 1. This is pink number 1 with pink 2 on top. This is pink 1, pink 2, and pink 3. And then this one is pink 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you get that beautiful depth and dimension from each of the color families. So the hard part is always picking the colors, because when you're going to do a flower, you want to know that these colors all match together. So the nice thing about this is they're all marked. So on the pad, you're going to see the name, Ballet Slipper, but then underneath you're going to see pink 1, pink 2, pink 3, and pink 4. So you know that 1 is always the lightest, 4 is always the darkest. So no matter where you grab from, if you want a pastel color, always grab 1. If you want a dark, really deep color, always grab 4. The 2 and the 3 are the in-between colors, so that allows you to mix and match and so forth. Next, I'd like to show you the Rose collection. In the Rose collection, there are 4 shades as well. The lightest one being Pink Flamingo, which is Rose 1. Rose 2 is the Candy Shop Pink. Rose 3 is Confetti Pink. And then Rose 4 is Mixed Berry. And then this is all 4 layered one on top of the other. Rose 1 with Rose 2 on top. Rose 1, Rose 2, and Rose 3 on top. Rose 1, Rose 2, Rose 3, and then Rose 4 on the very top to give it added beautiful depth and dimension for your one-layered cards. Next is the Orange family. It also has 4 colors in the collection. The first one being Buttercream, which is Orange 1. Orange 2 is Orange Cream. Orange 3 is Orange Spice. And then Orange 4 is Autumn Leaves. And this is showing you each one layered on top of the other, from light to dark. Orange 1 with Orange 2 on top. Orange 1, Orange 2, Orange 3 on top. And then 1, 2, 3, and then Orange 4 on top. Gives you a beautiful depth and dimension for one-layer cards. Next, let me show you the Yellow family. Yellow 1 is called Lantern Light, this beautiful light yellow. Number 2 is Yellow 2 called Rubber Ducky. Yellow 3 is Daffodil. And Yellow 4 is Honeycomb. Yellows are kind of hard to find really beautiful yellows in a lot of different shades. So it's kind of nice to see them side by side. And then I also have the layered. So Yellow 1 plus 2, Yellow 1 plus 2 plus 3, Yellow 1, 2, 3, and 4. Isn't that beautiful? Next, I'm excited to show you the green families. And greens are kind of hard because most leaves, when you color layer them, it's kind of hard to find a lighter and a darker shade. So we kind of have given you some different choices for your greens to be able to give you the perfect 2-layer stamp. Because most leaves only have the leaf itself and then the veining. So you can mix and match these, you can layer them up. It's strictly up to you. Lots of good choices. So the green one is pear, beautiful kind of light shade. Green 2 is guacamole. Green 3 is succulent. And green 4 is olive. And then we've kind of played around with the different shades one on top of each other as well. The next collection is the cyan collection. The cyan 1 is called Caribbean. Cyan 2 is Oasis. Cyan 3 is Mermaid. And cyan 4 is Deep Sea. Beautiful for oceans, beaches, skies, and so forth. Each one is labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, so there's never a question as to which one is which. This is a sample of them layered one on top of the other. Here's 1, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next is the Sky collection. Sky 1 is this beautiful light shade of glass slipper. Number 2 is Sky Blue. Number 3 is Lagoon Blue. And number 4 is Coastal Storm. And here are them all layered together. 1, 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Such beautiful shades of blue. Because let's face it, you can never have too many blues. Next, let me show you the blue collection. Blue 1 is Ball Gown Blue. Blue 2 is Surfboard Blue. Blue 3 is Postal Blue. And blue 4 is Midnight Blue. And these are all of them layered on top of each other. 1, 1 plus 2, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and that beautiful navy on top for number 4. Next up is the Violet collection. Violet 1 is this beautiful soft lavender. Great for backgrounds, for very pale pastel kind of stamping. Beautiful color. Violet 2 is Persian Purple. Violet 3 is Mardi Gras. Love that color. Purple's my favorite, so it just makes me happy. Violet 4 is Crushed Velvet. Individually, each of these colors are very beautiful, but together they're just absolutely gorgeous. This is what they look like layered. 1, 1 plus 2, layer 1, 2, and 3, layer 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great for layered stamping or individual. Next, we're going to show you the wood collection. And the wood collection is kind of fun because it's not just for outdoors and woods and tree trunks and so forth. A lot of the layering stamps now from places like Hero Arts, they have animals. So we tried to find tans and dark colors, brown colors that kind of can create layering so that you can have beautiful deer or a bear or so forth. So we're giving you lots of choices to be able to allow you to stamp those things in layers and not have to struggle so hard. So wood number 1 is called Driftwood. Wood number 2 is Gingerbread. Wood number 3 is Leather. Wood number 4 is Dark Chocolate. And as you can see, there are a lot of different shades, each beautiful on their own, but when they're layered, and you don't have to layer all 4. If you have a tree that you want to stamp, pick 2 colors and give them added dimension with 2 colors. And I'll show you that a little bit later. This is how they look layered. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, obviously you probably wouldn't stamp a brown flower, but I wanted to show you how it looks layered together. So for a tree or a deer or a bear, lots of animals are layered now. So this gives you a lot of choices along the way. Since you can never have too many browns, we added 3 more to kind of give you a little bit more range in what you can stamp. A few more lighter colors, a little more reddish brown for animals and tree trunks and so forth. So this is the tan collection. So the tan 1 is called Sugar Cookie. Tan 2 is called Camel. and tan 3 is called cinnamon. Beautiful kind of just different shades that you can mix and match. Here they are layered as well, the 1, 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, and 3. But don't stop there, because if we take all of these away and show you the samples by themselves, wait until you see the mix and match capabilities. I mean, look at these two different color families, the tan versus the wood. So don't be afraid to mix and match and layer, and this has more of a green tint to it, but look how beautiful it looks together. So feel free to mix things up, add darker shades, they just do a great job of funneling in from one to the other, all 7 of them, not just the 4s or the 3s. So this is the wood and the tan collections together. The next collection I'd like to show you is the gray family. And the grays, it's really hard to find really great grays to be able to use for backgrounds, for shadowing, and so forth. So we've come up with something I'm hoping you'll really like. The gray one is called Fog. Very light color, perfect for stenciling backgrounds on cards or layouts. The gray 2 is called Rainy Day. Gray 3 is Charcoal. And then what is gray? The darkest color would be black. So we also give you a hybrid black. They mix and match well. Here's the black, but this black has kind of a gray undertone. Can you tell? You see that? It's very much a gray undertone. So the hybrid it's not a clean, crisp black, but love the shade. The nice thing about this black is you can use a hybrid black on anything, stamping, anything that you're using. The nice thing about it is you can go ahead and watercolor with it. You can also use your Copic markers. As long as it's dry, don't like stamp and take it right to your paper like within seconds. Give it a little bit of time to dry, not a long time. And if you're concerned, hit it with a heat tool, make sure it's really dry. You can color anything, and that's why we thought this was so important. But I have a solution for the people who like a crisp, clean black ink. I'll be right back with that one. But let me tell you about this first. This is what they look like layered. So we've got the 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then the 4, which is the black. But it still has that gray undertone, which I personally love. I don't have that in my collection right now, so I'm kind of excited to use that. But let me show you a little secret. As I was telling you earlier, the hybrid black ink has a little bit of a gray undertone to it. So as you can see, there's a little bit of gray. So we wanted to have that availability to be able to show you how to stamp something in a clean, crisp, dark black color for sentiments, words, outlines of stamped images, so forth. As you look at them closer, this is the hybrid ink. And this is the black premium dye ink. You can tell this has a more of a gray cast. You don't necessarily notice it by itself, but you definitely notice it when they're side by side. The trick between the two, or the difference between the two, I should say, is that the hybrid ink works beautifully on anything that you want to stamp. So if you want to color with things like watercolor or Copic markers, once it's dry, the hybrid ink will allow you to use any medium to color over the top and it won't smear. The deep black color of the premium dye ink, that's only good for watercolor. If you were to use this with a Copic marker, it would smear no matter how dry it was. So that's kind of the difference of the hybrid versus the premium dye ink. If you want to color in the hybrid, but like the color of the deep dark black of the premium dye, if you have a MISTI or a stamp platform, you can stamp and color in the gray or the hybrid kind of black, color everything, and then go back and overstamp it with the true black from the premium dye ink. Won't smear because you've already colored. So that's a quick tip as far as to get that clean black color on everything. The last thing is a white pigment pad. A lot of our customers have asked for that beautiful white pigment ink. So we also gave you that, but color swatching white on white is just, well, white. So I wanted to show you that as well. And then we have 2 separate colors that don't fit into any category, but that I think you might like. Let me show you those. So once we finished creating all of these beautiful colors, we kind of saw a couple holes. We loved the greens, we loved the pinks, we loved the blues, but we noticed that there wasn't a true red, like a Christmas red or a Valentine's Day red, and there wasn't a true green that's more of a Christmas or a pine tree green. So we thought that you would enjoy, and us as well, because we're also crafters, and that makes my heart happy, that we now have a cardinal red, which is more of a true Christmas Valentine's Day red, which is really hard to find in an ink pad. So when we found the perfect color, we were very excited to bring it into the collection. It doesn't necessarily match in any of the categories. It doesn't have a number and it doesn't go with a specific grouping, but you can easily use that as your darkest pink, or you can use your fours of greens. And this pine green, beautiful Christmas pine tree green, that can also be mixed and matched with all of the greens that you have over here. So it kind of just gave us one more option to be able to mix and match, and it gave you kind of a special collection of colors that were holiday-ish. And the green is great for outdoor scenes and so forth. So feel free to mix and match, and don't be afraid to try things, because I've noticed as I've been playing, when you stamp one color over the top of another color, even if it's from a different color family, they make beautiful colors. They mix beautifully. That's the nice thing about hybrid inks, is that they do mix well. So give it a shot. Try a yellow and mix it with an orange. Try one of the cyans and mix it with a sky. The sky's the limit. It's up to you to just make magic happen with this rainbow of colors of the hybrid ink collection from Scrapbook.com. We often get questions about, are there re-inkers that match all of the pads? Because a year from now or whatever, they won't need re-inking anytime soon. But when they do, we just want you to know that there is a re-inker for every single color in the collection. So not to worry, you can always re-ink your pads for the most beautiful, vibrant colors. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!